Hello and namaste. This is Laliga Talk Show, and this is your host Avinash Moinali back with another exciting Laliga Talk Show organized by Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal in association with Nepal Sports Official. As you guys know, in this talk show, we try to invite guests from all over the world, and we'll talk about Real Madrid winning La Liga this season, and also about the overall performance of the European teams, and especially the Champions League is back as well. So we'll be talking a little bit about that as well. And we'd like to thank MG Classico for supporting this show, because we'll be doing a quiz session where you guys can answer it, and whoever answers first will win a special gift hamper from MG Classico Sports. So you guys are currently watching this show from 3 different panels. It is live on Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal's Facebook page. It is also live in Nepal Sports official page, and also on the Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal's YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, I would highly recommend you to subscribe our channel too, because we'll be bringing a lot of exciting show as well. So I'm really excited today because we have some fantastic guests that I would like to introduce you guys with. And first of all, we have a special legend joining us today. He has played for top clubs like Arsenal, for Everton, and as you guys know, he is also one of the football pundits in La Liga's Facebook Watch. So it's my absolute honor and pleasure to have him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting you the legend himself, Mr. Kevin Campbell.
Hello, how are you? Hala Madrid, come on.
Hala Madrid. Kevin, I'm very good. I'm excited to have you on the show today. So how are you, and how is the situation back in UK?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you very much. The situation in the UK, COVID seems to be dying down, which is very good. And, you know, we have the football coming back, and hopefully we can get some fans into the stadium, and everything will be a lot better then.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kevin, because it's our absolute pleasure to have you on the show. And I would also like to welcome our another guest. He is also one of the most exciting characters that you will ever see. He has played over 800 games in Europe's top league, especially in English Premier League, and also in Scottish League. It's my absolute pleasure and privilege to welcome on the show Mr. Budgie. Mr. Budgie, welcome to our show.
Hey, I'm not doing it for you, Campbell. You know what I'm doing this for? I'm doing this for the Gurkhas, Nepal Gurkhas, who supported us in the Second World War. Come on, lad. I'm a Gurkha. I'm a Gurkha. You're not, Campbell. You're
Budgie.
Bring it on. Bring it on, Campbell. Bring it on. Yeah, you're Hala Madrid. You're flipping cheap.
Hala Madrid, buddy.
Yeah. Bloody cheap. I tell you what. You know, when Prince Charles or our family, they're going round on the soldiers, and they've got all these medals. They've got all these medals for bravery and honor. You know, do you really think they've earned that? No, but Real Madrid didn't. Real Madrid didn't earn that. They vowed it. Real Madrid.
So
Real Madrid.
So
Campbell? What does Real stand for?
So yeah, as you guys have already seen, this is it. This is going to be epic. As you guys have seen them talk about it on La Liga Facebook Watch, and now you guys are getting opportunity to watch it on Real Madrid Fan Club's Nepal channel. So we'll get back to you guys. So we have another guest here that I would like to welcome. He is one of the emerging sports journalists from Nepal, and also if you guys watch this show constantly, then he is also hosting this show. He is a very good friend for Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal, and he is also one of my mentors. It's my absolute pleasure and privilege to have him on the show, Mr. Abhinav Joshi. Mr.
Thank you so much, Avinash. Pleased to be in the show, and obviously with such tycoons of media right here, we have Kevin and Budgie, and I think it's going to be really, really interesting today. Glad to be in the show.
So how are you, and how's the situation?
1, 2, 3. Real Madrid fans, 1 Barca fan.
I'm a Liverpool fan, Baji, by the way. I'm a Liverpool fan, yeah.
What you got Real Madrid? You sign on up on the top of your right on your postage stamp. Real
So
Madrid.
this is the logo. You can see it anywhere. In every picture, you can see the logo.
You need to put it on my.
I'm unfortunate to be on the side, but yeah.
Please put it on budgies. Please put it on budgies.
Yes, sure. Next time we'll consider that as well. So I'd like to welcome our another guest here. He is one of the founding members of Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal. He is my mentor. He is like my brother. And it's my absolute pleasure and privilege to have him on the show. He is also the president of Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal and has been with the club since 6 years with every pick and things. And it's my absolute pleasure and privilege to welcome him on the show, Mr. Vishal Panta. Vishal, welcome.
Thank you so much, Avinash. And I'm literally being speechless now right now because KV and Baji, they are just, I know they will be on a fire tonight, and especially Baji. Thank you so much, Kevin. We have been absolutely enjoying, the European football and everything over there. And today on this page, we are bringing the those personalities we have been watching since last year on a Laliga Facebook was. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Avinash. And thank you so much, Abhinav, for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. It's our absolute pleasure and privilege. I mean, the people who are watching this show right now, I think they are really excited to have you guys on the show. So I would like to start this show with Kevin. Kevin, Kevin, every football fan loves the story of a footballer, how they started playing and everything. So can you please tell us about your journey as a footballer so that our fans will enjoy listening to you?
Yeah, my journey was pretty similar to how Budgie's was, to be honest, because you grow up in the inner city, you don't have anything really, you come up poor. But I always had a gift to play football. So you start young, you try and work your way into the local teams, etc. And you have to be scouted. Back then you had to be scouted. So I was young, I got scouted, and then I was playing for South London and school team and then South London. And then the scouts from the clubs will be there to watch. But you had to be, I think it was 12 years old before you could go into a football club and sign. So you can go and train. I was training all over London with different teams. And then Arsenal came in. And I'm an Arsenal fan from a little baby. So, that was only one club for me. And I was privileged enough to come through the ranks at Arsenal, to make the first team at Arsenal. It's very difficult to do because there's a lot of people who want that spot. But I was lucky enough to be determined enough to make it and to play for Arsenal Football Club. So, that's the journey. And I have a son now who has done that journey. And my youngest boy, who is 17, he is on that journey as well. So fingers crossed, he can get there as well.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your exciting story. I mean, it's always a pleasure and privilege to hear from you as well. So we have Mr. Baji here as well. So I can see on the screen commented by Janice. He says, kids play for 1 club, men play for 4 clubs, legends play for 29 clubs. So Baji, how...
Money, lad. I used to go where, I'll tell you the truth. I had nothing with it when I was a kid. No, nothing. And when people come in for you, Kevin will tell you this, because let's take you by hand the scene. People, they don't, when they want you, there's a telephone call, the telephone call. We'll give you £100,000. We'll give you £150,000. Standing in on £1,000 a week. That'll do for me. I'm there. Okay? The agents do it nowadays. It used to be a phone call from somebody who legally an agent will do it these days. It's all the same thing. I went for money. I'm not ashamed to say that I went for the highest bidder. You know, because when I was young, I had nothing, absolutely nothing. I was brought up. I was dragged up, not even brought up. I was dragged up. You know, and I was a rugby player. I came from an area of England where it was all rugby league. And every day we were playing rugby. And I used to love getting smashing people, you know. I used to love that. And I was a good athlete. But I used to dive about and I was good at battering people. I was good at, you know, at gymnastics and, you know, to jump off walls. I was a little bit, people think I'm a little bit crazy, you know, jumping off backwards and landing on my head and stuff like that. You know, and they put me in goal. And because I could batter people, I wasn't frightened of anything. You know, I played for the school and then I played for the Workington town team. And then I played for Cumberland. And playing for Cumberland against Lancashire schoolboys, we beat them 1-0 and Budgie had an absolute stormer. You know, so what happened? You know, I had scouts from Stoke City and scouts from Wolverhampton Wanderers, you know, come to me after the game. And there was no phones, house phones in them days. You know, it was a letter. So I give them my address. We didn't have a phone. 4 or 5 days later, I had a letter come through from Stoke City, you know, that a representative was coming to see me. And, you know, we sat there, we didn't know what day was going to come. He was going to turn up. And my mum had done the washing, you know, and she had it on the backyard, all the washing. You know, my dad used to be, you know, a miner, and he would work down the pit, you know, digging coal. And then in them days, it was all back. They would drink like 10 or 20 pints a night, you know, and there was no inside toilets in them days. My dad used to just put the window up and have a piss out the window onto the backyard, and it got green. It was stinking, you know. And the representative came in from Stoke City, and he was fighting his way through the washing in the backyard. He found the green bit, and he slipped on his ass, you know, and his nice suit, everything stunk of piss. And he came into my house. My dad is, you know, I could have got £20 a week to come down, you know, to go down the pit as a 15-year-old, and I could have got £10 a week to go and play for Workington Town rugby. You know, and I didn't want to play rugby. I wanted to be a football player. But Stoke came down, and he said to me, my dad's like, "How much are you going to give me for my son?" I said, £5 a week. And he'd been offered 30 quid. I was 15 years old. You know, £20 a week down pit, £30 to play rugby. And he says, £5 a week. Second word was off. I'll let you make up the first one. He went, off. Wolverhampton Wanderers came. He said exactly the same thing. Off. You know, but I wanted to be a football player. But Brian Doyle came, 4th Division Workington. You know, he said, come down the yard. He says, we can't give you more than £5. You know, the PFA pays his salary. We want him to be, you know, an apprentice professional at Borough Park. Well, I went to my mum. I went to my mother, and in them days, I said I want to be a football player, Dad. I don't want. Yeah, my mum. I don't want to be. I can't ask my dad because I know what I'll get. I get any side. You know, if I went to me dad and said I want to be a football player, like to do now, you get one of them. Thank God, my mum went to him and says, "Give him a chance. Give him a chance." You know, and them are the days when the wife went into the if you spoke to your husband and tried to order him about, he was a backhander. Let's face it, you know, I know not to think to say in this day and age, but it happened in them days. Thank God she did. Because he said, he's got 1 year. 1 year. you know,
And you never look back, buddy. You never look back, did
I was
you?
waiting for the reserves. We were playing Sunderland, and the car came up. I was 16. I'm 6 months into my contract. You know, washing clothes, washing football kits, looking after 25 players. You know, I was scrubbing floors and training in between it. And the bus, the car came up. It was Brian Doyle, the coach. He says, "Get in the car." So I'm waiting for the bus. He says, I'm going to Sunderland to play for the reserves. He says, "You're not, son. You're playing in the first team." You know, Mike Rogan's, fell down the stairs. 10,000 people in. I was 16 against Newport County. First ball, a lad came in, near post, a kid called Darcy knocked it in. And I can remember how, in introduction nowadays, it's bad luck, son. Look, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. The centre halves, my centre halves were, Budgie, kick him, punch him in the face. It was, and at half time, the manager's right into me. I'm 16, so I went out, we won it 3-2. And then we were away at Oldham. There was a guy called Jim Fryatt. He's
Budgie. It's not about your whole career. It's about you making it. That's enough. I've heard enough of this Barcelona fan. Come on, let's move on. Let's get on to Real Madrid. Come on.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Budgie. It was such an exciting story to hear, like how you made it to the football league, the big.
I haven't finished. I'm not finished.
No, I'm sure there's plenty of time for us to hear your story. We also have Abhinav here. Abhinav, journalist, and we would very much love to hear from Abhinav. Abhinav, like I know that you have been doing commentaries these days. You have been doing talk shows. You have been working very much actively as a sports journalist in Nepal. So how did you actually enter in that field? I mean, I know you are a Liverpool fan and you also are a great Zidane supporter. So how did it all began as a sports journalist?
Don't worry, the King Kevin will cut you off.
Okay, Budgie, I will just try to elaborate the things you said, because it's quite important what happens with your life and how you move on with it. It would be strange to say that, but I started as a footballer myself, actually. I was in the youth rankings. I was starting from the U12 national football team. I played it till the U16. I had some injury and I had to leave football really early and I had to concentrate in my studies. But it would be quite surprising to say that, similarly to Budgie and Kevin, I think I have a small connection to that of the field, actually. And I really respect how Budgie is, presenting his life and trying to explain about the importance of sports in life. And I think it's the same stream, the same way for me, because I entered the broadcasting industry just because of the passion I have for football and for the game. And that's very important. In the previous episode also, Joe said about the passion you need to have for the game. Then only then you become a successful, or let's say somebody who can feel the game, or somebody who can enjoy the game. Then and only then you'll become a successful media person, or that is in the sports field. So I think these guys over here, these are one of my idols over here. Kevin, I admire you a lot because I've been watching you since usually in the videos I've seen you, and really admire what you've done for football and for English football as well. And Budgie, you've been one of my idols as well. I've been watching you since C2K started, and when you joined C2K as well. So it was really, really fun having you guys. Talking about me, I started when I was 18 when I started in media, and after 8 years, I'm standing as one of the persons who's doing sports media commentaries in general. I was in the recent 13 South Asian Games commentary team as well, along with my mentor Sanjeev Dai and other people as well. And I think it was really, really amazing to be enjoying the game, be the part of the game, and it really felt good. So yeah, so that has been my journey, and I have to be comparing to that of our friends, our guests today we have, because they are the examples. They are the absolute examples of what a person can become if they have an absolute love for the game, absolute passion for the game. Then we can have legends like we have right now.
Yeah.
That was Baji as well, because
Yeah.
Baji was trying to say something about his career. Yeah. So yeah, that's been me.
Yeah, but if you let him
I
talk,
had-
if you let him talk too much, you won't get a word in edgeways.
I know that actually. I've been watching C2K. Right.
To make it, it was either go down the pit or be a footballer or a drug dealer. That's it, honestly. I'm not, that's not, but you've got to, it's a fine line.
Yes.
It's a fine line.
It's a fine line, exactly, Baji.
It's a fine
100%.
line. You can go like that and be a professional, or you can go like that and be a drug dealer. You know, it's a very, very fine line. You know, if you have to use what you've got, and I used my athleticism and my determination, you know, not to lose. That was it. I'm
Yeah.
finished now, Kevin. Is that all right? Is that all right? Third Kev. Right?
Thank you, Baji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abhinav, for your story as well. I mean, it's always a pleasure, when someone has one journey where they take on, like they embark, and then they try to become successful in that field. And we all actually, as a fan, I take inspiration from that, because all of the things that we hear is really exciting, and our viewers, I'm sure, are really enjoying the show as well. So thank you so much. So we have Bisal here as well. Bisal is also the president of Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal. And so Bisal, I would like to ask you that how it all began. I mean, it's been 6 years since the foundation of Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal. So how has been the journey? Can you please tell us, to our guests as well as the viewers?
Thank you so much, Avinash. It was like, the starting of the RMFN went on late 2013, and we were watching Real Madrid playing the football under, like we started our journey from a different time phrase of time. Like some of them, they started from 2002, some of them with 2006. Like, the year came for them as an individual, but the RMFN as a fan club, as a FENA, we started from late 2013, and we have been watching Real Madrid playing the football and these legends on the TV, on the shows, and it was really, one day we will do the things for all of the entire community in Nepalese society who support the Real Madrid Football Club. So to bring them as a team and to go as a Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal was absolutely a very good thing. The team we made on that time. So for today now, we are Kevin and Baji. So I have absolutely no words like how far we have went. We are doing a very good thing. So these people are here over in this space as like the football panthis, as the legends of the footballing career they have been playing to. Absolutely, I have like nothing to say. I'm just speechless. So thank you so much once again for this, gentlemen. I don't think I need to say a lot. So like RMFL will be going up. So it's a 34th. Yeah, we are the champion. Thank you so much, the team. Thank you so much for you guys. You like.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
let's
talk about actually. It's about time that we talk about how Real Madrid has won 34th La Liga title. So, Kevin, how impressed have you been from the Real Madrid performance this season, and especially after the lockdown? They came and they played 11 games and they won 10 in a row, and they clinched the title despite being 2 points behind Barcelona. So, how did you see the overall performance of the Real Madrid team this season?
Well, as a Madrid fan, when you actually look at the whole season, anytime Barcelona messed up, Real Madrid tended to mess up as well. They hit the front and then they messed up, and then Barcelona got back to the top. So the consistency was there for a bit, and then when it really mattered, the team couldn't get over the line. Zidane fixed the defense. This was so important. He fixed that defense. That defense got stronger, and Baji will go crazy for this, but remember, Courtois came in, he made mistakes, but in the big picture, he knew that they needed someone behind that back four to make them better. Keylor Navas is a very good goalkeeper, but they had to make a decision. They made the decision.
Won the flipping Champions League 3 times.
They're gonna go. I shush you. I'm talking. They're gonna go with Courtois, and that helped them win. After the corona and the lockdown, the restart, this is where Real Madrid had to peg Barcelona back. And boy, it wasn't at the Santiago Bernabeu. It was at the training stadium. And boy, did they perform. They win 10 games in a row. However you win it, it doesn't matter about the performance. You have to win. And they won it. And they deserve to win it because at the end of the day, Barcelona were ahead. But they just could not. The pressure was too much. And Real Madrid beat them fairly and squarely. No VAR, Budgie. They beat them fairly and squarely.
Shut up. 19 points you got. 19 points you got from VAR. 19
Kevin, can
points.
you see the comments scrolling down, in the lower third?
Hala Madrid! Hala Madrid! Yeah.
17 points. Barcelona looked at and there was one game, I think it was Betis away. Betis scored. It's gone through. Kurt was flipping underneath his body, and they disallowed him because somebody was stood in front of Courtois' vision, and they won it 1-0. That was and penalties. Some penalties that they received was totally bloody ridiculous. You know, they were going down in the box, very, very easy. 19 points after lockdown, Kevin. 19 points. That was a disgrace.
Thank you, Budgie. Thank you.
I think Budgie says if it weren't for the corona pandemic going on, it would have been Barcelona. Is it that you're saying, Budgie?
I don't know. I know. I'm not saying that. I'm saying every bloody game that Real Madrid, they had a VAR decision go for them. Never went against them. And I tell you what, it looked like a farce to me. It was total farce. You know, I'm not a Barcelona. You know, I'm not on Barcelona. But I would have said this if I was a Real Madrid fan. I would be ashamed. I would be totally ashamed to go pick up that bloody trophy. You know, because it's like Prince Charles with all of his flipping medals. You know, when he's inspecting the line.
We can see the banners over there.
Hold on. Budgie, say what you like. Say what you like, Budgie.
It was a bloody for me.
Deserved it.
Looking at that back end of that season. What? I can't believe it. Some of the penalties. And he'll tell you, you know, King Kevin will tell you here.
Yeah.
You've heard from managers, you know, when things are going like that, you know, Zidane had been saying just before Real Madrid went out, he'd have been saying, just go down in the box. Just go down in the box. You get it. You get it.
Are you sure it was the manager or the people behind you?
Zidane would have been telling us that. You know, I love Zidane. I love him. But I tell you what, the players and that VAR situation. And you know why? You know why? People are frightened of Royal Madrid. That's what it is. It's not Real Madrid. It's Royal Madrid. That's what it stands for. Royal. If the VAR people but not go, because he'll kicked off. If a referee didn't attend it, he'd get kicked out. It is. They are the Royal Club of Spain.
Bring it on, Budgie. Bring it on. Bring it on. Your talk.
Messi was only third. And never assist. It was only assist.
Budgie.
Third. Messi was only, and Xavi for assist. Messi was third, 19 assists. Xavi was second. You know, with VAR was the champion for assists. 21 bloody points. So, it was embarrassment. It was an embarrassment. How can Sergio Ramos go and
Budgie.
pick up that bloody cup?
Budgie, can I ask you a question?
What?
Budgie, can I ask you a question?
Do it.
Who was the most consistent team all season?
Yeah, I agree. I agree after lockdown, but you get that lift after
No,
lockdown.
I
The last 20
I didn't
games,
say
it was
after
Real
lockdown.
Madrid. It was Real Madrid.
Budgie, I didn't
But
say after lockdown. I said the whole season. Who was the most
Barcelona was
consistent team?
before lockdown. Before lockdown, Barcelona
They
was.
weren't the most
was
consistent, Budgie. It's the
they
whole
were.
season.
Let me tell you, Barcelona.
Including the ones after the lockdown, maybe, right, Kevin?
That's right. That's right.
I think it's also, yes, of course.
Now
It's
go on.
related.
Barcelona are not the best Barcelona team I've ever seen. Now,
Abhinav's talking. Go on, Abhinav. Johnny. You speak.
Yeah, I was trying to say, it's about the whole season rather than a short period of time or the phases of time. And I think Real Madrid was really, really constant, or let's say stable in all the stages. And I think Real Madrid was really, really deservingly. So I'm also agreeing with Baji that, after the pandemic, lots of things changed. Lots of the dimensions were changed. Lots of complexions were changed. I think the players' fatigue were, largely influenced by, the situation they were having. But I think talking about the whole season, taking the whole season in mind, I think Real Madrid were the better team. That's my thought.
Madan is
going to kill me.
But this should happen in the past.
hey, but listen, if I'd have been a Barcelona player and I had seen some of them results, put them all on. Go put them all on. Don't put me on. If I was a Barcelona player and I'd seen some of them bloody decisions, penalties, goals not against, my God, I tell you, I would have been disheartened as well. My heart would have gone flat because I'd have been thinking, this is a setup. If I didn't know any better, it was a setup. It was bloody crazy. Just man, it's 5 minutes one. What do you want?
Budgie, always remember, Budgie, when the restart came, Barcelona were ahead.
Correct.
You're right.
Yes.
So it's up to nobody else but Barcelona. They're not playing Real Madrid. If Barcelona won all their games, they win the league. It's just that simple. But they could not do it.
Exactly. But it's bloody hard to win the 20 games bang, bang, bang like that.
No, but Real Madrid done it.
Real Madrid were winning under Real Madrid were winning under false pretenses. And the Barcelona players, what can we do? What can we bloody do? It's disheartening. It knocked the heart out of them. But it was a bloody disgrace. Some of the decisions that VAR gave, and they were walking off like the flipping champions. They picked up the bloody cup like the champions. I would have given him the medal back here. I don't want it.
I just want to add something here that Diego Simeone said. Actually, Diego Simeone said that Real Madrid didn't win penalties because it was VAR, but because they were attacking so much that the referees had to give it. So what do you think about that, Kevin? Do you agree with Diego Simeone?
Yeah. Real Madrid were in the ascendancy. They were always trying to attack. And when you try and win the game all the time, it puts pressure on the officials. Of course it does. Now, if a referee gives the penalty and it goes to VAR, if it's not a penalty, they're not going to give it. Let's be honest. But if the referee is told, have a look at it, and the defender makes a touch on the player first, other than the ball, it is a penalty. Budgie could moan and groan all he likes. I love it. Barcelona fans moaning. Real Madrid deserved it.
Hey, referees and VAR people, they are Real Madrid supporters. They know if the flipping goes against them, if the referee is only human. If I go against Real Madrid, they'll kick me off next year. They'll kick me off. And same with the VAR people. Some of them bloody decisions from VAR were ridiculous. Ridiculous. Stupid. Especially the one, they supposed the lad was stood in front of Turtwise, gone underneath his body. They would have lost 1-0. And they ended up getting 3 bloody points out of it. No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. The
Budgie, it's already gone, my friend.
Of Real Madrid.
Budgie, it's already gone, my friend.
It's frightened of Real Madrid, referees, VAR people. It will always go the Real Madrid's way. If a VAR decision comes in, it will go. So,
Thank you.
If it was in the other end, if that was Real Madrid, if they score, it's disallowed. If the other team score, chalk it off. Always, it's Real Madrid. They get their own way all the bloody time.
Right. So,
Budgie, this is the fact. You need to accept that, please. It's a fact. We are the champions. We have been crowned. It's a fact.
Okay, I'll say something in support of Budgie here, right?
Even Barcelona have not got the power, or the people are scared of them as Real Madrid have. Real Madrid.
He's muted.
You've gone off.
You are unfortunately muted. Yeah.
Budgie, you muted.
Sorry about that. Well, we have Bisal here as well. So Bisal, Real Madrid had the best defensive record in Europe. In fact, this season, not something that we often talk about, because Real Madrid has always been the attacking team, as you would like. So what do you think about the defensive performance of Real Madrid this season?
Yeah, actually talking about the defense regarding the Real Madrid, they were absolutely I think in 10 to 15 years we haven't that record which Cordova and the entire the players on the back that played the game. I think we just considered 23 or 24 goals this season, so it was absolutely good, and in the attack, as we were talking, if you are coming to the whole season attack, then we were lacking the goals. So only the thing that was saving the Real Madrid was the defense and the midfield.
Okay, I'd like to add something about it.
Because after the departure of Ronaldo and the signing of Hazard, Hazard, he hasn't been able to play the actual game which he was playing on Chelsea. We haven't seen that in Real Madrid, so he was indoors. So I think he needed some phase of time. So maybe next season he will be absolutely on his great form, and he will work hard for the team. So this season we will completely stick to just one man, the great Karim Benzema. He was the only one who was scoring the goal, and another great player who was converting all the penalties to the goal was Sergio Ramos. So we were absolutely very good on the defensive.
Right. Yeah. So I'd like to add what Budgie said, because his mic is muted and I think he's trying to figure out.
Yes.
Trying to equalize that, just in speaking in favor of Budgie, it's true that Real Madrid were a better team all over the season, but I think in the course of the time after the pandemic, Real Madrid needs to consider themselves lucky because they didn't have much harder fixtures that Barcelona had, because we can see in the fixtures or the results, we can see Barcelona had to face teams like Atletico and Sevilla, which they drew, and after which Real Madrid took the advantage and went on to win the title. But there's no doubt Real Madrid was a better team. Real Madrid were a better team in the course of all the season. But I think it's lucky for Real Madrid to be not facing such hefty fixtures than that of Barcelona. I think those are the two games which Barcelona missed out on, and the 4 points which actually cost them a title. I think so. And Budgie would say the same thing, I guess. And talking about the VAR, it's the reality of the recent world. It's the new world we are in right now. And we cannot question. I don't think we can question the VAR decisions, because there are lots of people who are knowledgeable enough to process that information and to give the right outcome, or let's say to give the right decision And I think that's what they are for. And I don't think there were any controversial decisions in the VAR regarding that. But otherwise, everything was fine.
So, my next question is to Kevin, as Baji is muted. Kevin, you being a former striker, what do you think about the Karim Benzema's performance this season? I mean, he has always been criticized by Real Madrid fans for not being able to perform, like past few seasons, especially having Cristiano Ronaldo on the team. So what do you make of the overall performance of Benzema this season?
I must admit, at the start of the season, I was worried about Real Madrid because Karim Benzema isn't that main striker. He's always been kind of a second striker to help a Ronaldo or Higuain or somebody like that. But this season, they played the system to help him. And he really carried them as an attack. He really scored some really vital goals. And, to perform as consistently as he did, scoring over 20 goals this season, I think is a fantastic output for Karim Benzema. And not only that, he's so important for the team. He links the play, etc. We would have liked to have seen, maybe other players come in and do a job, but they needed Benzema, and Benzema performed brilliantly. And credit to Zidane and Benzema for staying fit all season and playing every game.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. And I would also like to add another question to Abhinav, because I think, Buddy, you just need to press on that mic button so that we can hear you. So if you can hear me, just press on that mic button that's appearing on your screen, and you will be able to just get connected. So my another question is for Abhinav. Abhinav, I know you are a huge Zinedine Zidane fan. So what did you make of Zinedine Zidane's coaching this season? Because last season when he was away, I think Real Madrid was in shambles, and just after he returned, he has managed to fix them, and he has made them a better team. So what have you made of the overall Zidane's coaching this season?
Listen, right, I'm a Zidane fan, and I cannot say anything wrong about him. But taking the circumstances in consideration, after Lopetegui, failed to inherit the team Zidane had, I think it was pretty much important for Real Madrid to get somebody who knew the team, who actually knew the team, who was connected with the team, and Zidane was the right person. And I think it was absolutely the right decision to go with Zidane, and I think he has done wonders. And I was, I would like to add on to what Kevin said earlier. It's really, really important that you need to have a winning mentality. It's really, really important that you need to have a positive mindset, and I think that's what drives Real Madrid to the season. Talking about this season, they had the energy to be the champions, and I think that was really, really important. I think Zidane was the right man to do that. And talking about the improvisations he had, I think there were lots of problems for him. It's including the signings he made, the signings which were made by the Real Madrid team. Expectations from the signings, and I think it is really brave to take out his own decisions, stick to his plans, and stick to the original team, stick to the ones who were playing really, really good. If we take the lineups in mind, we can see that some of the decisions were really against the papers, or let's say some of the decisions were really, really surprising. But I think it takes a really brave coach to do that and to get out the results, and I think Zinedine Zidane did that. And that's what the difference is right now between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Barcelona had lots of signings for themselves as well, and I think somehow Barcelona, I think they lost out on that matter. The actual philosophy of the club, the philosophy which drives the club, and I think that's what went wrong for Barcelona, and that's what went right for Real Madrid. And Zidane was the actual person to do that.
Thank you so much for your answer. Yeah.
He's here, Bhaji. Welcome back, Bhaji.
Welcome back, Bhaji. So, Bhaji, I have a question right here for you. Ready to go. Mandip Kapla is asking, do you think Messi is the problem for Barca or the management?
Yeah.
I'm sure you will.
I want to go before this question. I want to Ken Kevin what I said a year ago, because I'm a genius. When I told you when Lopetegui was there, He's a good coach. You can see what he's done now, with Seville now. He's done a wonderful job. Right, okay. But Zidane is royalty. A club like Real Madrid needs somebody like Zidane. Because people like even Jose Mourinho when he was there, right? He goes in the dressing room, you should have done that. You should have done. He hasn't played. Lopetegui, did play, but is not a legend. Zidane is an absolute legend. He doesn't have to talk. He just has to look at you. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? He walks in the dressing room and he just looks at you and he gives you the eyes. You know you're not doing well. Do you understand what I'm trying to talk to you? It's what I say. He doesn't have to say anything.
Absolutely.
Like we all know about Sergio Ramos, what he said to Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho was giving that Sergio Ramos, and he turned around and said, "Who the hell did you play for?" it's coming on. Right?
Right.
Zidane, he cannot say anything, with Zidane. He's done it all. He's got to have you've got to have somebody like that in Real Madrid's team that is royalty. Am I right, Kevin? Didn't I say that? Did I say that, Kevin? Did I say that?
He's going to say that. Right.
Yeah, Kevin.
I think it's one of the first times that Kevin is agreeing with Budgie. this is history, guys. Somebody please.
Can you unmute yourself?
It can only be one or two times.
You know that I'm genius. You know I'm a genius, don't you? I say it, and 6 or 7 months after what I say, it comes true. Is that right, Kevin? Tell him, Kevin.
Yeah, it's right, but it might be 10 years' time, so don't worry too much about it.
And now, what was the question about Messi?
Do you think that Messi is the problem, or the Barcelona board is the problem, or has Messi been able to deliver the energy that Xavi and Iniesta used to give for the club? We are all waiting for an answer, Bachi.
Let me say, before I start, Messi is the best player in the world. He is absolute, but he's trouble to Barcelona now, because he's running the club. It's not his job to get involved in politics. When a player comes into the club, it's got to have the Messi stamp of approval. Or a manager comes into the club, it's got to have the Messi stamp of approval. Now, what I'm trying to say to you is this. If you're going to, there's 2 things you can do, Barcelona. There's 2 decisions they've got to make. Before Eric Abidal got the sack, he said that in Messi's contract, he can go free next year if he wants to. He's 34-year-old. He's the biggest asset in the world. There will be a Chinese owner or a Middle East owner that owns 25, oil wells, willing to give you 400 million for Messi. I would take it now. And I would rebuild the team, because that's what it's going to take. Even though he's 34, he's only got another 2 or 3 years in him. Because he's walking now. It's not like when Pep Guardiola was time, and it was bang, 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 bang from the first. And Messi is causing a lot of trouble in the club, because there's nobody bigger than him. What I said to Kevin, if you're gonna have, Kiki Setien, you've got to have Charlie Pullion. You've got to have somebody who can handle Messi.
All right.
Do you get me point?
Yeah.
You get me point?
Yes.
Yeah. No, but what I would do, as 34-year-old, if I was technical director, I'd take 300 or 400 million and I'd start to build the team again. A Barcelona team that we know. And then Pep Guardiola might come back. Xavi might come back. They won't come back now because of Messi's there. True. Go on.
I think right.
300 or 400 million. Is he? This is the genius. This is so. 300 or 400 million. For a 34-year-old who is still, the best player in the world, no chance, 300 or 400 million. If you got 100 million for him, you've done well. If you get 100 million for Messi, you've done well.
There'll be some Saudi Arabian willing to pay the asking price.
But no one is going to pay 3, 4. They're not paying 200.
Let's try it. If they put him up for sale, he's the best player in the world. But he's not running now. Once it's fantastic when he has the ball, but when in a game of football, there's 2 games being played. One when you've got it, one when you haven't. He walks when he hasn't got it. He walks.
Budgie, just let me say this, Budgie. He's the top scorer, he's the Pachichi, and he's the top assist. He broke Xavi's record. No, but hold on.
He's the best player in the world.
Hold on. Don't. Just listen. Just listen.
What have I just said? What have I just said to him?
Listen.
What have I just said?
Listen. If you take out those goals and those assists, 100 million is not going to replace it. 200 million is not going to replace it.
It can't go on forever. It can't go on forever.
I know, but it has to be gradual, Budgie. It has to be gradual.
How do you know? Are you the technical director? Try it. There will be somebody who wants.
I should be, because it's definitely not you,
Newcastle.
I should be. It's not you.
Okay, so I would like to add what Budgie said here. It's about the new plan, or let's say starting it again. It happened with Rivaldo, it happened with Ronaldinho, and I think Barcelona has to do the same transition which Barcelona did in the earlier days. And I think what he meant is that actually, I don't think, and I think Kevin is right as well. Considering his age, nobody's going to pay him like 400 million, not even in the clause, not even in the contracts. But the important thing is exactly. But the important thing here is Barcelona has to bring out a new philosophy. I think that's what he meant, Budgie, right? If I'm not wrong.
They've got to change. They've got to rebuild. They've been lying dormant now. With your Vidals, your Rakitics, the PKs. They've got to replace them, and that takes money, especially in Canada.
He's got a banner for every answer, Budgie has.
What?
So Budgie, here's another question. So
we're trying to have a sensible conversation here, and he goes and pulls that out. We're talking about Barcelona's problems, and they have got problems. And to replace them, to go and get Mo Salah, to go and get, Rashford, to go and get Sterling, people like that, Mbappe, Neymar back. It needs money, and they haven't got it.
And the finished. It's the cycle of Real Madrid now, Budgie. Face the facts. It's Real Madrid's cycle now.
They've got very, very good players. They've got young fatties coming through, young piggies coming through. De Jong, Cucurella when he comes back from from Getafe.
Yeah, so Budgie, here's another question for you as well.
Can we talk about this, please?
He hasn't got an answer. I'm talking sense here, and he hasn't got an answer. It's a bloody stupid sign up 8-2. This is exactly what we're trying to flip and defuse this kind of thing. We're trying to mend it, give it, make it better. 8-2. And the problem is, don't let Messi walk out that door free. Take what you can, because you need money to build that team. Is that true?
Exactly.
Right, I'm a sense. I maybe not look, but I'm talking sense. You need money, and Barcelona haven't got it. It's in the asset. The biggest asset in the world is Lionel Messi. Sell him, because he hasn't got long left. I agree.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Budgie, let's move on.
Let's move on to next question.
You would say Budgie's right.
So Kevin, I just wanted to ask you something that Real Madrid fan have always been talking about, the new transfer policy that Real Madrid has come up with to sign the best youngster possible, loan them, and then bring them back and put it in the team. Like with Odegaard, I think it has happened. Odegaard is definitely coming back to Real Madrid.
Yes.
So what have you made of that policy? And what have you made of the Barcelona's policy? Because they have just sold 24 years old Arthur to Juventus and brought 30 years old Pjanic just for like 10 millions extra. What have you made of that? Two big clubs with two different transfer policy.
Well, this goes to show about the mindset of both teams now. Real Madrid have been legacy planning. They've been buying the best young players, giving them game time. Because with youngsters, you have to have game time or else they're not going to improve. So they've got Vinicius, they've got Rodrigo, they've got Odegaard, they've got a few players out on loan, and they're giving them game, they're getting game time, they're integrating them into the Real Madrid way. So as soon as Zidane is ready, he will take them. Ceballos, who was at Arsenal, you know, they are getting game time, which is very, very clever, because if you have to buy them at the peak of their career, it's going to cost you 100, 200 million to buy them. But no, they buy them at 30, 40, 50 million young, bring them in, nurture them, and now we've got our players who know about Real Madrid to start with. Whereas on the other hand, and I'm sure Budge will have something to say about this, Barcelona haven't got that mentality. They have to buy 30-year-olds because they are in their prime now. They haven't got the legacy of buying all these youngsters. They believe in La Masia, obviously, and trying Ricky Puig and what's his name on the wing? Ansu Fati. Fati. They believe in those guys, but there is not enough of them. They need defenders, they need midfielders, they need strikers, and you know there is not a lot of them. There is not a lot of them, so they have to buy ready-made players now. So this is crazy. Arthur's 24. He's never really got a fair chance. But Juventus, smart, they see him, they buy young, and they give them a 30-year-old. So I think Barcelona are in big trouble moving forward. I really do. Because
no. You look at the midfield for the future.
They're in big trouble.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Only because of that. Am I talking or are you talking? Are you talking?
You cut me off.
Oi,
you cut me off. It's your bloody turn now.
Too many 30-year-olds. Too many 30-year-olds above in the team now. Go on, Budgie. Go on.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Budgie, so would you like to add something on that?
He's right to a certain extent. He's right to a certain extent.
No,
you look at you know,
right.
Wait, I was bloody talking now.
Right.
It was interrupted. Wait, let me my midfield for next year, right? My midfield. Young Fatty, you know, on the left wing.
Right.
Cucurella, get him back from Gaddafi. You know, left back.
Budgie.
I'm talking.
Budgie. I've told you, Cucurella has signed for Getafe.
I've Googled him and he's still a Barcelona player.
He's not. He's signed.
No, he's no longer a Barcelona player.
Thank you.
Yes.
See,
He's no longer a
Barcelona
player.
Okay. So you've got young Frankie de Jong, who's coming through and he's a great player. You know, he's playing out of position. He's playing as an attacking midfield player at the moment because, you know, Rakitic is still there. But, you know, you've got young Piggy, who I think is going to be a star. You know, Ricky Puig, whatever you call him. I think he's going to be a star. He works his backside off to get the ball. That is a very, very good, you know, midfield. You know, for me. And it's young. Now, if you take my plan as a technical director, tell Messi, get yourself 250, 300, whatever you can. You know, you've got Coutinho still. You know, you've got Coutinho still on loan to Bayern Munich. You know, I mean, look at his face. Look at Campbell's face. It's big. It's absolutely. It's thick now. You've got a good side there. You've got a damn side. You need a centre half. You need a centre back. And, you need a. I think it's a bad. I think Tuchel is a good player. I would never have sold him if he's not a Barcelona player. I googled him today, and he still says he's a Barcelona player. If he hasn't, okay.
On behalf of all the, I think all the people concerned, I'd like to ask you: Do you think players like Dembele, Coutinho still have a future in Barcelona? Since you were trying to include Coutinho, so what is your thought on them?
Who? Dembele and who?
Coutinho. Coutinho, yeah.
Why not? Coutinho's he's come on and scored 2 goals against the goal.
Right. So he says.
I wouldn't have let him play for a start, or I wouldn't have let him play for a start against us. And he's come back and scored 2 goals. Why not? He was a star when he was before Mo Salah was sort of. He was an absolute shut up. He was a star. He was the star at Liverpool. Something went wrong with him in Barcelona. We don't know what it is. But he's gone away to Bayern, and he's come on and scored 2 goals against his old club. Get him back now. Put him back in now. Get Neymar. Get Neymar. Go and get 2 or 3 of a good centre back, and you're okay. And start and message out the club. Start the Barcelona way again. Press with young lads, and then you've got a chance. You've got the nucleus of a good side.
Yeah.
Go and do it now.
You and Kevin were talking on the other show last time. I think Kevin actually called you and asked you about who was going to win the match between Barcelona and Bayern Munich. And you said Bayern would win. But did you think that they would win by 8-2? Did you ever think that was going to happen? The 8-2 question.
We're coming back to it again.
That's all he has, up his sleeve. That's all he has up his sleeve. He's wrote that out. He hasn't done any homework like I've done.
He just wrote that one. And that's enough for the whole show.
Barcelona are in a mess at the moment. And I'll tell you why. There's got to be one man runs that club. And it's got to be the coach. Koeman is coming. Now, it's Dutch Koeman. He won't take any crap, that's gone on, before, with Setien, and, they want, I think, and I said this about Zidane, and Kevin agreed with me. I said to him when Lopetegui was in, you've got to have a fantastic legend at the club. Pep Guardiola you've got to bring back. Xavi you've got to bring back. Somebody like that. But they won't come back unless Messi's gone. And you'd have to start again. Koeman might do it. I think he'll do a lot better than Kiki Setien because he's got more power and he won't take any of Messi's stuff.
Yeah, thank
you. That's why I said, and I said it, and ask him, the guy in the top right-hand corner, he'll tell you, when Setien came in, I said, you've got to get Charles Pulley on. This guy's not strong enough. Did I say it?
Yeah, you did.
Did I say it? I did. And it's turned out like that. Setien's a great coach. It's great, it's like Lopetegui. When I said about Zidane, you've got to get Zidane into a great player that's done it all. The players can't answer him back. Barcelona have got to do the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, get back to Real Madrid.
My next question.
All right, Avinash, I just want to ask this question, not a question, like a statement or a question. I just want to ask this to Kevin. Kevin, since after 2000, the Madrid had been with the Galacticos era, we have been always signing the big names, the big transfer market we have been doing. And the last season we missed. After the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, there was just Karim Benzema who was on the front line. And this season, the Hazard was signed. Hazard, he didn't perform that well. I think he needed some time. He was injured as well. But we couldn't find him what we fans were expecting from Eden Hazard. So Benzema was, like we have already discussed before, and you said that Benzema was only one who was playing the whole games for the whole season. Jovic, who was signed for nearly, I think, 60 million euro.
Begovic.
He didn't get a chance to play. Mariano is there as well. So, what do you think about the number 9 for the Real Madrid this season and the next season, the coming season?
Yeah, I seriously think Real Madrid have to invest in somebody. If they're not going to give Jovic a chance, they have to go and get somebody. Mariano's a good young player, but I don't think he can carry that burden through a season. Benzema, he's done fantastic. He's getting on a bit now. He's not a spring chicken. He's still in his prime, but he's not young. So they need to get somebody who is the next. And that's what they need to do. They might have to buy him young. They might have to buy him young and nurture him a little bit. But they definitely need someone because at Real Madrid, life doesn't stop. A bit like Barcelona, life doesn't stop. It keeps on moving. And us as fans of these big clubs, you want it to keep going and going. You never want it to stop. So I truly believe they've got young players all over the pitch as seconds and thirds, but they haven't got that striker yet. They need to get that striker.
You know, fancy Jovic. You don't think he'll come good?
I don't think he's a Real Madrid player, Budgie. I don't.
Kevin,
Well,
since
you know,
right.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask Kevin, if you were to be, deciding on who to bring in Real Madrid right now, since Real Madrid needs a replacement, so who would you prefer to go? Somebody who would suit Real Madrid, right?
Well, it's difficult because a lot of the players who you can sign are currently at clubs. So, there was a great opportunity. I think I mentioned this on one of the shows last season where, although I'm an Arsenal fan, if Real Madrid went for somebody like Aubameyang, I can get that because he's a goal scorer, he's strong, he's quick. He will take the burden off of Benzema and he will guarantee you 20, 25 goals a season. Even Harry Kane at Spurs, go and get Harry Kane at Spurs. He'll guarantee you 20, 25 goals a season. That will take the burden off Benzema, but that will give the team a cutting edge. Harry Kane is young enough as well to go on for probably 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons. So somebody like that who is a goal scorer, goal machine, that's who they need to invest in.
Yeah.
Jovic was fantastic at Eintracht Frankfurt. You know, I have a good friend who's a coach at Eintracht Frankfurt called Harold Incher. You know, I asked him when I didn't know who Jovic was, and I rang him up and I said, "What's he like?" He says, "Budgie, he's the worst player you've ever seen. But in the 2 6-yard boxes, he is dynamite. He can score. You know, now you've got to give him a chance. The kid hasn't had a chance. Okay, Zidane sees him in training every day. You know, he sees him in training. I would give him a chance. And if you can't play Benzema if you play Jovic. The way that they play with the 4-3-3, you know, and 2 quick wingers on each side, it's not a 4-4-2 where you play 2 strikers. You're going to play Benzema, you know, on the right hand side or the left hand side. Where are you going to play him? It's
Through the
one or the
middle.
other.
He's got to play through the middle.
Through the middle, yeah, and through the middle. When you play number 9, when you wear number 9 on your back, you've got to score goals, and this kid has done this year. Yeah. Give him, you know, I worked with on C2K with a fullback in Dubai. Played for Real Madrid. He hated Benzema. Salgado. Yeah, he's Salgado. He used to hammer Benzema. You know, every show. Can you remember?
Hey,
he's not a great player.
I bet you he's not hammering him this season.
I agree. I agree. And I'm telling you, you know, I'll give him a clout. You know, that's true. Yeah.
So, Baji, since you're talking about the players who are not trusted by Zidane, you know, other players are there also in Real Madrid, like players like Bale, you know, who have been not given any
I
opportunity to
wouldn't win him out. Don't talk to me about Gareth bloody Hill. You know, when he's 500 grand every bloody week is making 2 million every flipping month. Come on. You know, I'm a mercenary. I played for money, but I earn my money. I'm not like him going playing bloody golf. You know, all the blooming time. He's sitting there and he doesn't give a toss. He's after the money. He doesn't want to play. Come on. See bloody sense. Get him out. When you have a bad apple and you have a bit of rot in it like that, you take your knife and you pull it out, you throw it away. You've got a good apple again. Get the kid out of that flipping football club, even though you have to give him away.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask next question to Bisal here. Bisal, so Casemiro was one of the pivotal players for Real Madrid this season, but unfortunately we don't have any backup for him. So do you think Real Madrid should look for a backup for Casemiro and Carvajal as well? Because I think Lucas Vazquez played as a makeshift right back for Real Madrid this season in absence of, let's say, Carvajal. So do you think we should go for another defensive midfielder, or we should stick with the player we have?
Actually, like if we are saying the current squad, the current the bench, the everything we have right now, we absolutely don't need to sign any new signings. We have a bit of concern only on the front striker number 9. Beside that, everything is perfect. As Martin Odegaard is coming back to the team, that we will be playing with 5 to 6 midfielder. So even like a player who was the man of the match, even getting the red card in a Copa del Rey final with the Atletico Madrid, Fede Valverde, he hadn't got enough time to play on Real Madrid squad. So if these young players are over there, then we need to really, Zidane, he need to look after these young players, like saying that Hazard, he was completely unfit to play the UCL match against Man City, but Vinicius Junior, he didn't get at least 15 or 10 minutes to play the match. So we need to look after the young. I asked Kevin before that regarding the Jovic. He is very young. These players need to have a time so that, as Kevin already said, they need to be fit. They need to grow themselves. So I don't think we need any backup for Casemiro. And yeah, actually we need on a right back, but we have one very good player who is playing on a Bayern Munich. I think he will be on the bench for tomorrow, Odriozola. So
yeah.
He's on loan from Madrid to Bayern. So he can be back to the team. He can be a soft for the Carvajal. So, but I don't think we need any replacement for Casemiro, because Fede Valverde is very good at attacking as well as very good at the defensive. So he can replace the position, because I think I remember when Luka Modric, he was signed from Tottenham. He was signed to replace Ozil at that time, but
yeah,
he came to be absolutely what he have done is I can't say anything. So yeah, it's up to the manager and up to the team how they give the chance and opportunities with the new players. So yeah.
So thank you so much for that. We have Abhinav here as well. So Abhinav, who has been the best player for you in La Liga this season? And looking at the overall season, who has been the best player in the world? We know that Ballon d'Or is not happening this year. So who has been the best player for you this season?
Right. I think it's pretty important that somebody needs to lead a team to finish the line. And I think Sergio Ramos has been the captain who's been leading from the back, and I think we have seen some very important goals in very important time as well. And I think we shouldn't overlook the fact that Real Madrid had a very good defensive record, and that's all thanks to Real Madrid as well, to Sergio Ramos as well. Because like once Alex Ferguson said, to win games you need strikers, but to win titles you need a very solid defense line. And I think Sergio Ramos was pretty pivotal on that matter. And I think Sergio Ramos had also the leadership that a leader needed to win the title. And I think that was what was lacking with Barcelona. Messi has been a great, phenomenal player. But it matters when to lead and, to compromise yourself for the betterment of the team. I think that's what matters most. And I think Sergio Ramos was able to do that, and Messi was not, able to replicate that. And that's what was the, difference between the both teams. And Sergio Ramos has been the best player. And if I had to, name a Ballon d'Or player for this season, then that would be Sergio Ramos.
Wow.
Sergio
Thank you so much. So, Kevin, do you agree with that? Yeah, Baji.
Yeah, you just said about abilities, qualities of great players. You look at Casemiro, we've just talked about, and Sergio Ramos. They're not great players. They're not, I know what you're going to say, they're not great players, but they stop great players playing, which is just as important.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Baji. Yeah.
They stop great players playing. Casemiro, I would have him in my team. You see, on this day and age, all these little computers, and we have scientists in and computer guys, giving them out. You cannot. There's no machine in the world can tell you about Casemiro's determination. He sets you off. Sergio Ramos, he sets Real Madrid off. With a stinking tackle in the first minute. Both of them. And that gives a message out to the rest of the players. They too mean it. We have got to mean it. And that is as good as what Messi gives Barcelona. The only thing you see is dribbling through and scoring. Them two are important.
What I think, Baji, is Messi is a great player, but he's not a great captain. He can't lead the Barcelona. I have seen Carlos Puyol handling a Barcelona team. I used to watch that El Clasico. Now the El Clasico is like a different because Barcelona haven't got any good leader.
Yeah. Now you're getting through. They haven't got a leader. A leader has to lead by example. And what I've just said, at the start of every game, you see Ramos rip somebody into the centre half. Casemiro, woof. Woof. These boys are at it today, and they set you off. Messi, if Messi hasn't got that bit of magic in the first minute, he stopped running. He used to do it 10 years ago, when Xavi and Iniesta was there, when they were pressing, but not anymore.
Yeah.
He's the best player in the world when he's got the ball. But now, when he hasn't got the ball, he's a liability to the team.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair.
So,
That's fair.
yeah. So, Kevin, Champions League is finally happening tonight. So, what do you think will be the result tonight? I mean, it's Bayern Munich versus PSG. And who has been the best player? I mean, the Ballon d'Or winning player for you this season. I think it's unfortunate that the Ballon d'Or ceremony will not be happening. So, who do you think has been the best player?
I've got to. I know. Ramos has had a mention and etc. But I can't turn my head around and say Robert Lewandowski hasn't had a phenomenal season. I think he's been exceptional at Bayern Munich, and they're in the Champions League final tonight. And if they win it, he's had a phenomenal set. He scored 50-odd goals. Normally that's Messi or Ronaldo standards. But Lewandowski has stepped up. I think he's been phenomenal for Bayern Munich this season. I think Ramos has been excellent. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's been a captain and he's been a man amongst men at the back for Real Madrid. But I've got to give credit where credit's due with Robert Lewandowski. I think he's been the star man. What I will say is, can PSG beat Bayern Munich tonight? I think they can. Now, if you remember, Lyon created some chances early against Bayern Munich, but did not take them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
If you give those chances to Mbappe or Neymar and they can take them, they can make life difficult for Bayern Munich. But I've got to say, I think I said Bayern Munich at the start of the season, so I'm going to stick to Bayern Munich. But it would not surprise me one bit if PSG get an opportunity and take the lead tonight, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, they've got the money. They've got the talent. Which has spent
They've
massive.
got the talent, Budgie, definitely. They've got the talent.
Money gets you goals. I've always said this: money gets you goals. They've got goals in the PSG. But looking at the 8-2, you know, looking at that game, the way they work, Bayern Munich, the way they players, and they've got German mentality. They work. They're efficient. They can.
Budgie, what was
they
the,
can.
Budgie,
they'll
what
get
was
it
the
here.
score? What was the score, Budgie?
Good one, Kevin. Good one.
German men. I knew it would come. I'm trying to talk sense here.
All right. So, all right. So, we are on the end of the show. So, just everyone, the fans we follow, say Premier League or the Bundesliga or the La Liga or the French or even the Italian league. Like they said, EPL is very competitive, but this season La Liga has been very competitive for these two teams, Real and Barca. So what do you think, Kevin, for you, like Sevilla, Villarreal, and the teams like Celta Vigo, like what do you think about them? Like they can do really a very good thing. They can be very competitive on that kind of scenario. They can create that kind of scenario for us or not, like especially to Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. As they used to, like always say, there is a two-horse race, but we didn't find in that way because, it's really tough for us, but especially for Barcelona and Real Madrid. Like the small team, they have been creating a big troubles.
Yeah, look, in any league, going for a season is very difficult. Now, when you play for Barcelona or Real Madrid, you are going to get the best of wherever you go. You're at home or you go away, you are going to get the best of the opposition because it's their chance to shine. It's their chance to show themselves. If you play well against Real Madrid or Barcelona, people are watching. The TV, the audience around the world is watching. So if somebody does well, they will watch the game. So, it's very difficult to have that target on your back all the time. Budgie knows it. He's been at the big clubs. I know it. I've played there at the big clubs. When you play, you have to have that mentality of we are better than you, and whatever you try and bring to us, we will beat you. So some teams try and rough you up. Some teams try and play your football. Some teams try and make it physical. You have to be able to do everything at these clubs. And Real Madrid done that more consistently this season than Barcelona did. And that's why they are champions. I know that we have a bit of fun about VAR and all that kind of thing. That's one.
What do you think? What do you think of Sevilla winning the Europa League, Kevin?
No, I think again the Europa League. I can guarantee you this: if there was no lockdown, Sevilla wouldn't win it. But because of the lockdown, Sevilla had an opportunity to gain some momentum back into the league as well, which was great. And they're a team who know how to win this trophy. They know how to win this Europa League. And no matter how many players you change, the club seems steeped. I'm pleased for Lopetegui, to be honest, because he's had a tough time after getting sacked from Madrid and going to Sevilla. He's done a good job there, built a new team, new squad, and they come up and beat Inter Milan. And Inter Milan were probably the favourites going into that game. So fair play to them. They deserved it in the end.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that answer as well. So, Budgie, can you hear us? Budgie, can you hear us?
I guess.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Listen, Lopetegui is in the right place.
Yeah.
Seville's a massive club. It's a huge club. I've played there. I've seen the stadium. It's a huge club. But Lopetegui is done well, and that's his limit. He can't manage Real Madrid, like I said.
Yeah.
It's a massive club. It's Seville. The Spanish league is better than you think it is. All these pundits are all talking about the English Premier League. That's all club with Sky Sports. La Liga is a very good league. We watch great football every weekend, don't we? It's true.
Yes, we do. We
watch some super teams every week. and good managers, good teams. Don't give me, when I say, because I'm not a sheep. I don't listen to what people say. English Premier League, the best. English Premier League, the best league in the world. But sometimes some games I say, no. I watch Real Madrid and I watch Barcelona. Barcelona not so much first half of the season, but the Spanish league is a good league. It's a very, very good league.
Add something to that, just representing Liverpool. I think I have to say something about it too, right? Because I think I agree with Budgie that La Liga is better than what people think. But English football has its own dimensions. English football has its own qualities, or let's say its own way of playing the game. And I think it's quite different. And we can identify the differences between the two leagues, but it's not that we cannot consider that La Liga better than EPL, English Premier League better than La Liga. They're good at their own places. We cannot say that La Liga is better than La Liga better than German better than English. I think there's only naive comparisons that we are having, but I think it's really, really important that La Liga is really doing good. I think the teams we can see in the Champions League, the teams which we can see in the Europa League, it's really true that Spanish football has really, really done wonders, and they are better than what we think. But I don't think there have been some questions regarding which is the better league, La Liga or English Premier League. English Premier League is good in their own rights. La Liga is good in their own rights. So I think that comparison would be naive, but like Budgie said, La Liga is better than what we think. La Liga is really good. The teams there, it's really right?
For me, the best in the world.
This time, right? Exactly. So the competition this time around has been one of the fierce competitions we had in La Liga in quite a time, I think. Not even only the first or the second placements. I think there have been competitions in the fourth place as well, right? So I think that is actually what is called competition, and that's La Liga has really done wonders on that regard.
Just wanted to add something here for Kevin. Kevin, Villarreal, the team, I mean, they are always brilliant, but this season they were a little bit, we don't know what happened there. But for next season, they have already signed Kubo from Real Madrid on loan, and they have also signed Parejo, who was brilliant for Valencia season. So
he was the captain of Valencia.
He was captain of Valencia, but I don't know what happened, but they have just sold him to Villarreal. What are your thoughts on that, Kevin?
Yeah, they've got the old Arsenal manager Unai Emery in, who knows the Spanish league, obviously. He's been very successful, was successful at Sevilla. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to build something for the Yellow Submarine, isn't he? You could see bringing in those type of attacking players and good players at that he's looking to do something with Villarreal this season, because the season's only around the corner. So he has to bring them in. He has to integrate these players. And, they're going to want to have a really good start to the season and challenge. They're going to want to challenge for those European Champions League spots.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your answer. I think we are entering the Sergio Ramos time, as we Real Madrid fans like to say it. We are at the end of the show. And then it's been great.
You've always been doing all right. You haven't got nothing on.
Actually, it's already been 1 hour and 30 minutes. I can't believe that this show has been such a wonderful show for everyone watching, especially our viewers. I think they have loved the show. So at the end of the show, I would just like to take some opinions from Budgie here. Budgie, what do you think about our show, and have you enjoyed the time talking about football with us? So can you please share your last thought for today?
If you want, no problem. We can talk about Luka Modric and how many goals he scored this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Banner.
Modric is a champion, Budgie.
He was a winner last time around.
Yeah.
Budgie, just tell them what you think about the show and stuff.
Yeah.
What? Tell what?
What do you think about our show? And have you enjoyed today? Yeah.
Oh, loved it. It's been so entertaining. It's like when we come on, when we go to Barcelona and we do La Liga. the half an hour goes, that's an hour and a half. It feels like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If we're not struggling, we're always talking about something like this. You know, it shows it's a fantastic show. You know, like me and Kev, you know, we have arguments all the time, and it's valid. It's all valid. It's not put on. You know, it's not. This is me against him, and I usually win. You know.
Is it right, Kevin? He always wins.
No chance. No chance. I'm the champion this season. I'm the champion.
Hey, it's been a fantastic show. You know, an hour and a half seems like 2 minutes. It's true, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin, we'd love to hear from you as well about our show today.
Listen, when I got the message about Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal, I couldn't wait. I let Budgie know, and I said, right, I'm going to find out what it's all about. And I'm so pleased I contacted you guys and we worked it out and we could come on. Because, you know, you guys are so knowledgeable. You have your own dynamic. You have your own thoughts, your own ideas about how, you know, the game should be played and how how you see Real Madrid. And everything, as Budgie said, is valid. Namaste, Nepal. Namaste, Nepal, right? Now, the great thing for the likes of myself and Budgie, this is what we do. We battle each other all the time, right? Now, to be able to come on to this show.
It's not an act.
Yeah,
it's not an act. I don't like it, really.
And you could see it happen for yourself. You could know it's not a put on. Even before we came on, you saw me and him going at it at the time.
Yeah.
All day, for full weekend. Full weekend, it's like this.
All weekend, yeah.
Again, I would say thank you to all you guys. You've been brilliant. Thank you to everybody who watches and everyone who supports Madrid. Hala Madrid!
That's it.
When we go to Barcelona every Saturday, I can't sit with him through the day. I don't sit with him through the day because I know we're going to start. You know, I know it's going to be bam, 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 bam. I mean, you know that saying that we've used before this show, save it for the show. It'll be like that all day long. Because during that week something happened, and then we've got an opinion on it. My opinion, nearly 99.9% of the time, is different to him.
Yeah.
You know, so we go have a talk with him. Yeah. We don't give in. We don't give ground. It's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Because Kevin, especially you, because I have been trying to email you like from Friday, and you were so generous to us because you actually sent us the mail. We were actually planning to send you the mail to invite you on the show, and it was so generous of you that you actually sent the email first. We actually couldn't believe it that it was coming from you, and we were really surprised, and we were really happy to have you guys on the show as well. So we have Abhinav here as well. Abhinav, we'd also love to hear the thoughts from you as well as we enter the end of the show.
Right. Listen, guys, this has been phenomenal. This actually has been a dream come true for me because, you know, I've been watching Kevin and Budgie going over all the discussions they do on C2K and other shows. And I think it's a really good platform for people like us, let's say the group we have today. And I think we should be able to, you know, replicate those kind of, you know, the philosophy you guys have or the passion you guys have. That's very important for the game. And I think we're trying to inherit as much, and we're trying to inherit as much as the passion you have. And I think shows like this is only going to make us better. And I think this has only been better for us. And thank you so much to the Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal team, Pena de Madrista, as you guys call yourself. Thank you, Avinash and Vishal, who has been really instrumental for this group's development. I think I've been talking to Vishal for quite a lot. In only a course of 2 or 3 months, the face of Real Madrid has changed a lot. The Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal has changed a lot. And I think we only have to thank all the administration guys over here. And I think every viewer right here agrees with me, right? It's been really phenomenal. It's been a really good journey, especially, you know, taking in consideration on missing out on the sports we have. Real Madrid Fans Nepal have really done wonders in connecting everybody and trying to bring everybody in for the betterment of the sports and try to build the sports culture in Nepal. And thank you so much to Joe and Budgie here, who has been part of this phenomenal show. it's really a history. Actually, it actually is history. I'm really proud and glad to be the part of the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. We have Bisal here as well. Bisal, you as the president of Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal and actually the one who has been as a founding member. What are your feelings after the show? We would actually very much love to hear from you as well.
Go, Mr. President.
First of all, thank you so much, Kevin and Baji. After the wrestling, this is the thing we
Interesting
all
fight we enjoy.
we love Baji and the Kevin fight on this one. Keep entertaining us. Keep yourself growing on this world. We like every match day. You guys are watching you on the the different like the TVs or the show and the C2Ks, the talks, the La Liga. So keep entertaining us, keep going. Thank you so much. It was a very good for us. Like it's we don't have any words to say. Like we have never thought that we will grow this far, and we will have honor to talk with you guys on this show. Like Joey was here before, and today you guys. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Hala Madrid, Baji.
Just your trap. See Morrison. He doesn't realize. See that lad in the top right-hand corner. He doesn't realize what he's got. He's got an absolute gems of a pair, and he doesn't realize.
Is that so? You don't realize his importance, Baji's importance.
No. Well, listen, I realize Budgie's importance. Well, listen, I've like I said, when I was young, I paid to watch Budgie play.
Okay.
Now, me and Budgie are friends, and we battle because we're passionate about football. I think that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what it is. We love football. We're passionate about it. And we'll
We love you guys. We love you guys. Keep growing, guys. Keep growing. Keep doing. Keep entertaining the football fans. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We say things that other people won't say.
Yes.
We tell the truth. That's it.
Yeah.
And also, hey, Budgie, also what we should say, but I will say it for you, Budgie. Hala Madrid!
Thank you so much. It's been great. It's been great. Unfortunately, we are at the end of the show, and it's actually is a dream come true for Real Madrid Fan Club Nepal, for me, and for every viewers watching this show. I would like to thank you on their behalf. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully in future, we will connect again and talk about this beautiful game, talk about Real Madrid. Baji, thank you so much. And from my side as well, Hala Madrid.
Shut up. When Barcelona fans the fans Barcelona, and the one have to take on 4 years. Come on.
I absolutely love his passion. I absolutely admire him. I mean, I absolutely admire you guys going on talking about this game. I think you guys can go on for like weeks, months. I don't know. I think it's never gonna stop, and that's what we fans actually love. It's been a dream come true. Thank you so much for joining. Right now, it's time to disconnect, unfortunately, but we would surely love to be invite you guys on another show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaste, Nepal.
Thank you guys. Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you. Take care and stay safe, guys. Thank you so much.
We'll meet next season. We'll be the again champion 35 this time. Baji.
Atletico Madrid next year.
This time we'll have a treble: Champions League, and the Cup.
Okay, you've gone too far. I think Vishal, Champions League is, I'm standing right here. You cannot just claim it again. It was only unfortunate that Atletico Madrid defeated us. Otherwise, you know the results. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. It's been fantastic.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. See you next time. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
It's been great. Thank you so much. Thanks to our guests, Kevin, Baji, and Abhinav, Bisal, everyone. They were just fantastic. So, guys, it's exciting. So it's time for quiz now. So the quiz will be easy, but Whoever gets the answer first is going to win the special gift hamper from MG Classico Sports. So guys, get ready to type. Here comes the question. So how many goals Karim Benzema scored for Real Madrid this season in La Liga? I repeat the question again. How many goals did Karim Benzema score for Real Madrid this season in La Liga? Whoever gets the first answer will win the prize. So keep it coming, guys. So yeah, I have got the winner here. So the winner is Kiran Gimire. 21 goals. Karim Benzema scored 21 goals for Real Madrid this season in La Liga. And congratulations to Kiran Gimire. Please message us on the page to find out about what you've won from MG Classico Sports. The answer 21 is absolutely correct. And congratulations to Kiran Gimire for winning it as well. So thank you so much, guys. It's been great. It was a great show having Kevin, Baji, Abhinav, Bisal, everyone here talking about things we love, talking about Real Madrid. And I think it was a very good show. Thanks for your comments as well. You guys have been super supportive. And if you haven't subscribed the YouTube channel yet, it's the time to do it, because as we've already promised that we are only going to get bigger and better. So there's always a next time when we are going to come up with some truly fantastic guests for our show. Till then, thank you for watching this wonderful La Liga Talk Show where we talked about Real Madrid winning the 34th La Liga title. It's been a pleasure and privilege for me to be a host of the show. It's time to sign up from my side, and hopefully I'll see you guys later. Thank you, and Hala Madrid, as Kevin would say. Good night.